We are gonna get Gordon. Okay, so let me share my screen. So social media 101. Social media, there is a lot of different channels in social media. You've got YouTube, you've got Instagram, you've got Facebook, you've got Snapchat, you've got TikTok. And I think depending on your comfort level, depending on your age, you could use all, you could use one or two. And if you are not comfortable and you're just starting out, just pick one or two and then, or just one and just go with it. If you're not in social media, you've just got to start. That is the future. That's now. That's marketing. And for business owners, for entrepreneurs, for real estate, that is marketing. That is the future. Anybody that says, well, I'm not on social media, or I don't understand it, or I don't know it, that is just making excuses. So the best way to do it is to slowly start doing it and set activities in your calendar and start playing with it, because the best way is by doing. And if you don't start doing, you're not going to get familiar with it. And there's a ton of classes on, we even have them uploaded them into Suite Assist, just beginner level. Some of our vendors will even help you with, the beginning stages of social media. If you're in the coaching mentor programs, then that will even help you get going. We're not born to just know how to use this. I mean, it takes time, and some of the agents are better at some of the platforms versus the others. And when you get into the platforms, there's so much you can learn and do in each one. What I like is that if you post to one, like I'll post an Instagram and I have it connected so that it will automatically share onto Facebook for me. And some people like to post on Facebook. And if you post on Facebook, you can even have it set up so that it will automatically share on your Instagram for you. So we've partnered this year, 2023, with the Listings Lab.
Recording in progress.
Going to actually share my screen really quickly. This is in Suite Assist. We have a Listings Lab folder also. And if you've started the Listings Lab training, then you're gonna eventually see this, but this is Jess's calendar, her 30 days of content. So if you're not sure of what to post or talk about, social media can be intimidating, and agents will post photos or videos. And even myself, it's taken a year of coaching to get me to make videos, and we'll get into that. But this is Jess's 30 days of content. And you can see there's 5 weeks. So every day you're posting 4 things. And this could be a lot, but you can see. So there's a personal, so you have your personal, accounts on, for me, I have Instagram and Facebook, and then I have my business. You need to have business. you have to have a business page on Facebook and Instagram, and that is to connect to Sync. That is to connect to any CRM, and if you want to do ads and marketing. So same thing with Instagram. So you're going to see Facebook Business, IG is Instagram, and then LinkedIn. There are agents, and I didn't pull it up, that actually get a lot of business from LinkedIn. That is something that I have not gotten into. I'm not in TikTok. Some of actually our own agents have posted and gotten business from TikTok. So find the platform that you're comfortable with and then dive into it. So what I'm doing may not work for you, but that's okay. So same thing with Snapchat. Snapchat, I like the filters. I have fun with those, but I don't live on Snapchat. I'm just very comfortable for me with Instagram, and even that I'm not with the reels, and we can get into like a social media class part 2 if we need to. But I'm going to play a couple of videos in this class too, so that you can keep moving forward. Because there's only so much we can do as a brokerage. You've got to keep moving forward on your own with learning. But LinkedIn, there's a lot of agents that will get leads from other realtors on there, from investors, from other clients, from other countries. So LinkedIn, it's business professionals. It's still a networking platform. So if you're going to follow this is a calendar of posting. So you can see your processes, you can see lifestyle, you can see a testimonial, you can see a pain. I mean, it's there, it's all spelled out for you. And even I'm not fully following this yet. So I'm trying to, but there's a lot, it's a lot. So let me get back to my other shares. And Stephanie, chime in when you're ready. This is my business Facebook page. So
I wanted to ask you, Mara, on the LinkedIn post, you had something that said authority. What does that mean?
So if you're following Jess, it's more of authority is your posting probably about your authority. So it could be about your processes or your businesses, or you know, I don't know. I would have to ask. So
I was just wondering, because that was something that I haven't heard of yet. And and then you know, like for me, like I'm not real big on like LinkedIn or TikTok either. Like I kind of live in Facebook personal and Instagram. And that is because I have more of a following there.
That's you.
But I do have the business page because I want people to find that if they're Googling. So I tell everybody, like, make sure you have it. You know, even if it's not as big of a following as your personal, and you can share things from there to your personal, to try and get some more followers. But when I get leads on social media, it's usually my personal pages.
If you're following the listings lab, it'll start changing. So you have to start sharing your personal on your business stuff. So if you're running ads and your business, like my business Facebook is connected to my Sync. So like I'm running ads now, the listings lab, they're setting up my ads very strategic to upsizing, because that's my niche, that's my avatar. So that is what I'm speaking to. So if you're going to follow my marketing, my processes, they built my process guide around my niche that that is what I speak about, then you're gonna see. So you have to have the business, your business Instagram and your business Facebook page for the ads. And then you have to have it linked to your CRM for the leads to come into. And then you have to have your processes built up behind the scenes for that. So you can tag your personal, like I tag my personal, and sometimes I'll throw things up, but I'm trying to connect my followers on my business to see me as a person. So I share all my personal. So like, this is my family on my business page. It does not talk about me as a realtor up here. That's something I changed. And my intro.
So for those who are new, what
Mhm.
do you recommend? Like those who are new, they don't really have money to put towards ads.
You don't need to. If you're actually doing your posts and changing your marketing and doing this every day, you'll actually start to get leads from this. I already saw an uptick in my following and responses, and I actually had to log in. I already reached this post that I did 15 hours ago hit 313 people. I've never hit that many people before, and I didn't even pay for that. So this is what's nice about the business, is you can track who you're engaging and what's nice about it. On your personal, you can't see who you're reaching and what they like. But then you also have to go in and comment, because people are making comments. You have to go in and talk to them. So you can see all the insights. So I can see my impressions. Who did I reach? I'm not paying for anything on this. Now I have to go in and comment. You can see now I'm commenting. So now I actually have to create activities in my calendar. Crap, I've got to log in now to my business page and go in and comment and respond to people and keep engaging and check my messages, which I'm not used to doing that. So it is something different. And then I talk about processes. This was a photo of me and my daughter. Had nothing to do with real estate, guys. But we talked about it. This talks about purchasing your home. Too much stuff. Do you need to upsize? Are you looking for a bigger house? Has nothing to do with me and Amber. Right? This is all from Jess. So if you see it, there's like 7 comments. I had to go in here and talk to people. I was like, what is happening? So if you guys have questions, reach out. Don't stay muted. 500. It reached 500 people. I didn't pay for that. This naturally hit. Here's a picture of me and PJ. So Justine's posting from the listings lab. Here's me from hiking. And we talk about step 3 in one of my processes, dressing up your home. So this is stuff from the listings lab in the process. So when you're posting on your social media, on my business page, this is what we're talking about. This hit 230 people. So if I go through my old posts, I'm not hitting that many people. If I go like this one with PJ and the dogs, like, and we're talking about, again, the processes, talking about buyers and sellers looking to upsize. 430 people it hit. And people were texting me over this. Oh, there was one too with Kona and her surgery outfit. People were texting me, is Kona okay? And I'm like, what is happening right now? And I had to log in and go, what did Justine just post? And I'm like, oh, this is, I'm sorry, it's an older photo. And I had to go in and I was talking to people. So I know people were watching and people are following on this. So it is working. I was like, dang, this stuff is actually work. This is it right here. I was like, what is happening? 430 people. So this is what you can't see on your personal stuff. That's the problem. So there's like posts of, and this is what we're saying is you're trying to get people to see you as a normal person, right? And some of the stuff has nothing to do with real estate. I'm talking about real estate, and it talks about my why. Like, this story here is why did I get into real estate?
So you don't do any of your posts on your social media stuff? That's all done through the listings lab?
Well, I do it too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like this, last night I put a post up, or 15
one at the
hours, 15 hours
backyard.
ago, I put a post up.
Sit in the backyard.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
it
saw that
already
one.
hit, yeah, it already hit 400 people or 300 people. But I sent you a private message. Can you get back to me? Okay. Oh, shoot. See, I already will do. So I'm already screwing up. So someone already reached out to me. So this is part of my process guide, but I posted this. It was a video I went and made. Jess is very strict on how to make the videos, which I've been dragging my feet for a year on making videos, and they yell at me over and over in my coaching and they're like, Mara, this is what you need to do for marketing. Don't talk about just listed, just sold. Go talk about this, or go take a photo, and then spice it up. So I said, okay, here's one of my processes. So, and instead of just said, all right, so here's, something fun. And, I don't like always being on the videos. So I put a little photo of me up front and then did the video, and then I think this one had me talking. So, but yeah, like, and then changed, it's a video. This one is, photos of my family. And so it's all starting to work, and I'm not paying for ads yet. They're getting ready to do it. So that's the last week I've been working on with them, is getting ready to run my ads, but I haven't even started that yet. They've been trying to get me to shift my mind into changing my marketing up. And that's been my biggest game changer. So, you guys can still see my screen, right? I want to respect your guys' time.
Yes, we can see your
Okay.
screen.
Okay. So on Jess's YouTube, I was going to play one of the videos, but when you're on her channel on YouTube, you type in social media, and this is everything that comes up. 4 types of social media headlines. And she loves the Mythbusters. So I love it. I'll even Google Mythbusters. So my inspection stuff. So like if I'm out previewing houses for a buyer, or just you have nothing going on, go pull up some crappy houses and make some fun videos in there, you can talk about some myth busting. People eat that crap up. It's fun. Do's and don'ts. This is the biggest thing. Like, she's spot on. And I'm starting to see other people trying to copy her stuff, her content. She's been doing this since 2005. And this is why we've paid for you guys to have access to her stuff. Is it takes time, and I've been having to rewrite all my processes and fill out the paperwork for her everything. And I think I'm the worst coaching client, but it's true. It's you've got to look, guys, there's so many agents, and we talk about this. You've got to set yourself apart. You've got to be different. You want people to connect with you. You want people to see you And YouTube is another one for that, is you can put up the videos about you and it has, make videos that have nothing to do with real estate. You can make videos of you out walking your dog or hiking. I put a video up of making pizza dough. You know, it doesn't have to be about real estate. People just want to get to know you. I've made videos of hiking. I put videos up of my kids getting married. I've on YouTube, because you just want people to follow you and people just want to connect with you. And they want to build trust with you. And you've got to show people that you have a process and you have steps, and that's part of it. So that's on social media. That's our world. That's it. It's, everyone can just slap a picture up of a house, but you know, it's people they want to talk to you. They want to connect with you, right? So connect with them. And I think it was more being comfortable. I'm not comfortable talking to people. I'm not even comfortable doing these type of classes with you guys. Like I get nervous. My mouth is dry right now. So, you know, it's not about you even can see Jess, like her hair's up. She's not wearing makeup. You don't need to look good all the time. It's not about being pretty and having those right photos and being staged in front of your laptop. I think people just want to see that you're a real person, and it's not always about that you're in a house or that you're on a property. People want to see that you have a family and you have animals, or maybe you don't, and that's okay, but they want to see your hobbies, and show them why you love Arizona. Show them what you like to do in Arizona. You know, if you like to paint, if you like to make pottery, if you like to golf, if you like to play baseball, you know, set up a timer, have your phone video you, or have someone else. Like it's super fun. There's a lot of agents that are getting business from just posting videos on YouTube and getting followers that way also, which is something different. You know, set up a GoPro. You like to paddleboard, if you like to kayak, like there's so many different things. If you like yoga, there's just, you like cooking, baking, there's so many things you can do. Just stand out so people follow you. I am going to play this video because we have Sonia in our bigger 2023, the in Suite Assist, and she gave tips about social media, and I went and had Sarah and Stacy help me with my Instagram, and I was like, I suck at reels, I suck at highlights. What are highlights? So Sarah actually, I told her what highlights I wanted, because I was like, oh, I want people to get to know me on my YouTube. I like paddleboarding, and I like dogs, and I like my family, and I like this, and I like that. So Sarah was like, okay, let's make all these. And then you can start making your videos and adding to it. And it doesn't happen over time, because you have to make your reels and then you can add it to highlights. So there's little baby steps, but I'm not a marketing person. And so I reached out to Sarah at Wallach and Bulk and said, hey, can you build this, and these are the colors I want, and this is what I want it to look like. She was like, yeah, okay. You know, or even Shannon at Title, she was like, okay, yeah. You know, because I can't build it in Canva. I've tried and I don't have the time for it. So if you're following Jess at Listings Lab, it's the energy audit. Where are you spending your time? And that is not a good use of time. But let me play Sonia, because she's just awesome.
Also, this is the only talk that you're allowed to take your phone. It's not even gonna tell you to use your phone. Because one thing I've been here since 10 a.m. this morning,
We can barely hear her, Mara.
blocking out the stories. Where's the stories, guys? Why are you not tagging each other? Where's the reach? How do you think you guys are sitting in a room of your peers? You're sitting in a room of your target markets, all of these target markets. So get out of being shy. With pleasure, I'll repost every single one of you, but this is how we're gonna start to build brand awareness in your. We're going to start amplifying your reach. We're gonna start and we're gonna take it to the next level. Does that sound good? Am I like on the right track? Okay, okay. But before I start, I just want to make sure that I'm rocking your world. How about I do this? And this is going to be very Q&A too, because you're going to have some questions.
Okay, well, if you guys can't hear her, we have her uploaded in Sweet Assist. She also has her own YouTube channel and I think even a podcast. I'm obsessed with podcasts. So I know Steph listened to her and she's the bomb on stage. I don't know. Let's see.
I will say listening to her like really got me pumped up to like get back on social media. I'd kind of let it go for so long, like where I wasn't very consistent. And so it was good to listen to her because I feel like she just like kind of laid it out in a way that was realistic. And I don't remember like word for word what was in the video because that was a few months ago now, but I think the key is like pick up, like if you like haven't, if you're not doing a lot on social media, like pick a platform and start being consistent with that platform. And if you're like, I don't know what to post, well, you could plan real estate posts, you could do fix and flip Friday, or you could do like a market update one day a week, where your followers know you're going to be on there and you're going to have this market update. Just choose something specific that you're going to do consistently every week and do that on one platform and then add another platform. Like I had somebody like after I started doing this, like she called me and she said I was stalking your Instagram. And that's how I got my last listing was because somebody was stalking my Instagram, which is exactly what I want.
Right, exactly.
But I had to start doing that again. I had to get back on and I had to post more so that people saw that I was active and I was out there, because there were a couple times where I get a message and they're like, are you still in real estate? And I'm like, oh my God, I hate hearing like, yeah, I'm glad that they called me or texted me, but I want to hear that they already know. Like they shouldn't have to ask me like, are you still a realtor? They should just know. It should just be obvious. Hey, Stephanie, I had some questions on buying a home, so that's just, I would just say like, if you're not sure what to start with, pick the social media platform you like to get on best and start there. And then you can add the others. And Facebook and Instagram are very easy to do together because you can share from one to the other. And even TikTok, like if you create an Instagram reel, if you want to be on TikTok, like it's a very similar process. I think for the most part, like if you're putting audio to it, you just have to put a different audio because those audios are technically owned by the other platform. But you can take from one and use it on the other without having to create multiple things. But I would just say pick one and start there,
Yeah, so this is the highlights that Sarah had built for me were the covers, which I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to do. And I looking at I cruised some other realtors on Instagram that had really high followers, And I said, okay, I really want buyer tips. I want real estate advice. I love hiking. That's me. I was going to add a family one, paddleboarding, YouTube, because again, it's not always about real estate, right? And then your reels and, but as I've started, like, look, this had 187. Like, guys, I've never had that many. And my following has already gone up. I think at one point I had, I don't even know, it wasn't that high. So it's more of the engagement. And you can see, like, you want to track this. So it's starting to increase, and it's based off of, like, this is the highest one, and now it's starting to really increase. So this one that I posted about the seller and the pool, like, this is getting really high traction. So Photify is the software that we also pay for the agents. And you can upload your videos, you can upload your photos into it, and then you can add your logos, you can add GIFs, you can add text, you can add all kinds of stuff to it and have a lot of fun. And then you can track it. So I don't really use it on the computer as much as I use it on my phone. There's an app.
Are you able to create from your computer now, though?
I don't know. I play with it more off my phone. I don't use it off of the computer. I just did it today for today's class, just so that the agents would see it. So I was in one house, one of my listings, and you can go into any listing and sat and uploaded videos, and it's fun. You can upload logos, you can do all kinds of stuff to it. I did one house that, if you check out, because Jess loves the myth busting, and I spoke about inspections, and people had a heyday with that one. I don't know where that is. I think I've done that a couple times. And the other thing is, and I spoke to Carol about this morning, was actually talking about you. So, you know, I've made a couple videos, and I've even posted a photo and given a couple things about me. Like, people thought it was hilarious when I told them about my family nickname. And then I told them I love vampires. Like, people don't know that stuff about me. So, you know, you're always wondering what kind of content to talk about. Talk about you. People can find stuff about real estate. You know, if you Google myth busting about real estate, there's tons of topics there. Number one. Two, you can talk about your processes. So as you go through the listings lab and you work on your processes as a realtor, you can talk about your processes. So that's going to be another thing. But really, talk about you and your why. There's so many things about you that your people probably have no idea about you. You know, if you gave away 2 or 3 things about you each week, and people are commenting and talking to you about, and you're engaging with your database, because social media is a database. That's huge, you guys. And they're connecting with you, and you're coming off as a professional. That's what they want to see, is that you're responsive and you're engaging. And then you throw up some other, as long as you're talking about processes, and because now you're showing to them that you're not just a just listed, just sold. It's you're giving them a justification as to why to use you, that there's a whole reason behind you, right? And if you have reviews, if clients give you reviews, you even in Canva, you can make videos. If you're nervous, you can upload photos and you can turn those into videos. I've done that before. I've gone into other listings, taken some of those photos and made videos and uploaded my photo and made videos out of that. So there's so many things you can do. That was fun because I liked some of the listings out there. So try it out. See, you can even do voiceover. I've tried that before too. Voiceover content. I don't know. I try playing with things because that's what's nice when you're posting to the business stuff, then you can track and see what your audience likes. I'm trying to fast forward on Sonia's thing because she actually, I posted a picture in our Facebook group, what she said to do on the Instagram. I remember I took a screenshot. Oh, that's it right there. Your bio, your name, your link, email, the grids, your highlights. And she actually in this video talks about the highlights in your reels and updating your highlights. She has 2 children. She's super funny. Don't let social media intimidate you. I let the videos intimidate me, and I'm kicking myself in the butt because it shouldn't. There's no reason for it. And it's not about confidence. You're letting your ego override you. You're letting others intimidate you. And if you just let you and your personality come out, you're going to attract your tribe, and it's going to be authentic. And that's what you have to remember, is just being authentic. Like I'm wearing my hat today. I went and did a client walkthrough before this, and that's me. That's me being real. And I took photos and video in that, and it's going to go out there on social media. Who cares? I mean, that's me. I'm not in a suit. So, it's not about you guys being dressed up with 3 photographers following you around. So I think if you guys start relaxing and have fun, you're going to see things really shift. And I'm already seeing things shift. I'm like, dang, the stuff that you guys, I know I keep saying I was the worst coaching client, and now I'm like, okay, this stuff is actually starting to like work. Like it's really actually like working. And Stephanie's actually like, yeah, people were like, are you still an agent? Or because she stopped posting. And it's the same thing we say, you stop prospecting and that affects your business by a month, by 2 months. So this is a form of prospecting. It's the cheapest, it's the easiest way to prospect, you guys, is social media. It is. I remember when I got into real estate, we had to do snail mail. I mean, come on, that was so expensive. Who wouldn't want to do this? So, I mean, you're able to reach people in other countries that are purchasing or selling in Arizona or are looking, and they're on YouTube or they're on LinkedIn, they're on TikTok, they're on Facebook, or they're on Instagram. So just find the platform that you want to focus in on and get good at that platform. And then maybe add one more to your plate, or just use that one. It's okay. You don't have to do, I'm not good at all of them. I just use Instagram and Facebook. That's it. I get on LinkedIn every now and then because I have to. But I have LinkedIn videos and Sweet Assist for you guys. So if you're interested, they're there. And I know even Anitra, she does great on TikTok. She was one that was like, I don't know anything about social media. I don't like it. And she dove in on TikTok, and I was like, I think that's the hardest platform. I'm like, and you went with that one. And she got a client off of it. So, but she was authentic. When you are you and you're not copying anybody else, and you're putting up, unedited and just normal, natural, and you're talking natural and being you, your database is going to engage, and you're going to attract new, and it's going to grow, and people are going to share, and it's cool to see. So do you guys have questions? Probably wasn't the way you thought today was going to go, but watch Sonia's video. It's in Sweet Assist. And then she has a channel. And then I watch Jess's stuff all the time. She just posted on her podcast. There was an agent in Washington for 30 days. She's been doing all of Jess's marketing for free, doing her own posts the way the listings lab has been telling her to do. And she got 7 listings out of it. So, for the agents that are nervous this year or upset about their business, you can't keep doing what you've been doing. You've got to change it up. You have to change it up, because there is business out there. We're busy. People are busy. Homes are going under contract. So there are buyers out there.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the market shifting again, and we're going back to not enough inventory and multiple offers,
Yep.
and it's getting crazy again. And that has literally changed from last week to this week.
And the market changes. It can change daily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And on that note, Lisa, like I've just even shared in my stories, like the screen when I log in showing the number of listings. And I've decided I'm going to keep doing that like every 2 weeks, just to like compare from 2 weeks prior.
Mhm.
And then
That's a
after
great
several months,
idea.
Mhm.
yeah, and then after several months go by, I'm gonna share, okay, this was back mid-March and we're now in, mid-May or mid-June, and this is where the number's at. And then I include like some education, like where were things in 2020 and 2021 when it got crazy? Where were they when things were low? Well, when things got crazy, there were 4,000 homes. And then when back in like October of last year, there were 22,000. Well, now we have like 14,000.
Yeah.
So it's going back. And so like, that's something that you can kind of explain on your stories or in a reel. It's factual, like you can prove that. And you're seeing it shift. And like my last listing, I got 6 offers on it. It wasn't anything crazy like before, everybody still wanted a deal, but the fact that we got 6 offers shows that there's, demand is rising. So, you just kind of got to share those things, but just simply as sharing a picture of the screen showing this is how many listings we have. It's a simple thing to do, and it's quick.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. But people need to be able to find you. They need to be able to see you. So, and you, Steph, said it. So it's, I mean, you've got to be out there. It's marketing is changing. And it's exciting. It's not a scary thing. It's a good thing. It's good. But you also want to stand out and you want to be different. I mean, the agents complain, oh, there's 50,000 agents in Arizona. Well, then be different. How are you going to be different? You know, if you love to garden, then make videos about gardening. That's okay. Take photos, make videos of it. And then when you post, you can talk about real estate. Or when you go preview houses, you can also point out the landscaping, do's and don'ts. What would you change? Those are tips. Now you're actually sounding like a professional. There's so much you could do. When you're going through the house, previewing a house, talk about things you would change in that house if you had listed it. People don't know that you're going through a vacant house, that it could be, you know, that you're getting ready to list it. Like, shoot, make a video of your own house. Like,
I think a good place to start, like, because, you know, yeah, you know, there's so much that you can post about that I think it just seems to it's overwhelming. So maybe jot down like a list of,
yeah,
you know, top 5 things that you want to post about or that you want to make reels about. And then put that into your schedule. Like,
yep.
you know,
And be
today I'm going to
consistent.
post. Yeah. And, you know, and you don't have to worry about the other stuff. Like, yeah, you could, you know, post, you could, I don't know, feature kitchens, but maybe that's not one of your 5 things.
Right.
So, you know, but stick to those 5 things and then you can always add to it later. But at least you
One
have
of
something
them-
like,
One of
okay,
them
I need an
has to
idea.
be your niche and your avatar. One of them, because the listings lab, Jess is going to tell you guys. And mine, after I looked at all of my clients and who I end up working with, mine ended up being upsizers. So it's when you start to look at your business and your clients and who you end up, and if you're brand new, then that's okay. You pick one niche. So out of whatever you're going to do, whatever interests you, you've got to pick your niche because that's who you're going to be going after. So your hashtags, who you're going to be talking to. So it's not all of your marketing, but that's a majority of who you're talking to. So you can actually see, even I could be in a condo and I could talk about upsizing. Why? Because someone could be in a 1-bedroom or a studio apartment and they need to upsize. There's always
One,
upsizing.
sorry, I was just gonna add, like, you know, if your niche is, you know, retirement communities, like there are plenty of those around,
Oh yeah.
you know, go feature one.
Yep.
You know, show people the community, find a
Yep.
vacant listing, you know, in that community,
Yeah.
and
not just
advertise
that,
it.
Go to the fun part. Go to
The
the
bingos.
the bingos. I mean, you could do that each week. Go check out the card games, the swimming pool, the golf events. Like, you don't even have to tour the houses, you guys. That's what you have to get your head off of, is doing different things, changing it up. And you've got to be on there because you need to be seen as the professional and talk about processes and let people get to know you. And if you're talking about the communities and you're talking about Arizona, you're talking about relocation, you're talking about why, then people are going to reach out to you because you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. You know. So it's not, people don't want to just see the houses. People they want to hear from you and they want to know that you know what you're talking about. Does that make sense? So it's just taking it a step further. It's changing it. Like, and we get that you're selling properties. Like, Okay, we get that. So, and if you're a brand new agent and you haven't sold anything, now you don't have to worry about talking about that. Like, go to communities, like, or if you're a foodie, then go showcase restaurants. Like, there's so much you could do. Or if you love pets, like go to some of the fun pet boutiques or the pet like pet parks and bring your dog. Like, I don't know, like there's just so much you could do, or some of the service projects, and like just start thinking out of the box. But you just have to start posting. So, I mean, there's some people that just make cocktails every week. They talk about making alcoholic drinks, and there's actually agents that get clients from that. It has nothing to do with real estate, because you're just connecting with the people that are watching you, and that's what it's about. So, you know,
Just keep in mind that people like, yeah, there are 50,000 other realtors.
mhm,
And people, you know, I mean, we all essentially offer, you know, the same thing. So what are people buying exactly when they use you? They're buying that experience with you as their
mhm,
agent. So
yeah,
they want to get to know you. You know, and it's the same concept, you know, just sitting in open house. You know, people just
Yep.
want to know who you are, you know,
Yeah.
and that you care and you're going to take care of them. But it's about relationships. It's not necessarily about
mhm,
the house.
yep. All right. You guys have questions or?
Well, I know now after this, I'm gonna go update my highlights because it's been a while.
I did after Sonia. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I emailed and I was like, I need help, because it took me, I think I spent 2 days trying to finish my highlights in Canva, and I gave up. I was swearing at the computer. I was so frustrated. And then I finally, Sarah and them at Wallach and Volk, when we were watching the bigger 2023, they were like, we can make it for you. And I was like, okay, fine. And Shannon offered to, and then I was like, oh, now you have to actually upload it and build that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna run from this. I'm just gonna do it. So then I had to make some new videos and slowly just start adding the cover to my new highlights and changing those up. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. And Jess's marketing team and the listings lab were like, Laura, congrats. It's taken you a year of paying for coaching to actually do what we're telling you to do. That's awesome. So yeah. So that's great. So anyway, watch Sonia if you need to. Again, it's in the listings lab or in Sweet Assist, the bigger 2023, Jess, or going to YouTube and just follow their channels. I pull them up on my big TV too, or I listen to them in my car when I'm driving. So, you know, I'm constantly just trying to get info, and they talk about niches. They talk about ideas. So Jess is constantly bringing up content. So I have a note, I keep a list of stuff that I want to talk about, but your niche, and then any tips about you. People can't make that up because no one knows anything about you. So if you're giving tips about you, that right there, you know, Steph, you could probably go on and on about you. We have no idea anything about Steph, right? Sandy, Lisa, Carol. I know Carol golfs. I know Carol's daughter. I know, but because I force it out of her. Some of you are so private that, you know, if you were to share stuff, you probably get tons of business from it for no reason. You know, like there's no reason for us to be super private. Like we're not secret agents, and we shouldn't be secret agents, but, you know, when you start to think about it, I have tips of why and how I got my family nickname, you know, and just stupid things from being a kid, like funny stories and just silly stuff, you know? So, you know, when you start to think back, silly stuff that we did as kids or in high school or junior high or elementary or I don't know, fun things, you know, just stuff that you could probably go on and on and on about. So, all right, if you guys need anything, reach out to us, reach out to Stephanie, reach out to me. But don't let social media freak you out. Start with one thing and go on. And we have a lot of vendors on our agent info site that can help you too. You can set up a Zoom and they can walk you through stuff. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great week.
Thank you, Mara and Stephanie.
Yeah.